Hey there and welcome to this tutorial for the ukulele play-alongs of Dynamite by BTS. And this song is a long time coming, and I actually probably need to get working on their more recent hit Butter, probably. But nonetheless, here it is. We're finally here with it. So what we're going to do in this video, first of all, is we're going to look at the chords you need for GCEA soprano concert or tenor ukulele. Then we'll take a look at the chords you need for DGBE ukulele. Then we'll talk strumming. Now, you can skip ahead to parts of the video by using the scroll bar on the bottom of your screen. That'll take you to different chapters of this video. You can also find the chapters in the description below, as well as a lot of other information. So make sure to take a look at what's down there as well. And the other thing that I want to let you know is that if you like the chords of the song, you can find the tabs or chord chart at ukestuff.info. Ukestuff is a collaborator with this site. So let's begin with the chords you need for GCEA soprano concert or tenor ukulele. I'll be using this instrument. This is the Koalana KCA-00TR concert ukulele. It is made by Koaloha or imported by Koaloha. It is their entry-level laminate ukulele. Okay, the first chord you're going to need is the D minor chord. Then you're going to need the G minor chord. Then you're going to need the C chord. And then the F chord. Then the E minor chord. Some people struggle with this. I love the E minor chord. First finger goes on the first string, second fret, and then the other fingers go down like a waterfall or a cascade on the next two strings. You don't need to use the pinky on this chord. Then the A minor chord. Then the D chord. Bunch of ways to play D. I generally put my first finger at the top of the third string, second fret, and then my other two fingers around it. Some people will play it with all three fingers in a row. Some people will use one finger and try not to hit the first string, whatever works for you. And then the final chord is the G chord. And those are the chords you need to play Dynamite on soprano, concert, or tenor GCEA ukulele. Now let's take a look at the chords you need to play this song on baritone DGBE ukulele. All right, for baritone, I'll be using this instrument. It's my Flight NUB 310 baritone ukulele. Just as a note, these ship in 2021 still with GCEA strings. So if you want DGBE baritone tuning, you'll have to get other strings. I use Living Water strings from the UK by Ken Middleton because there's no wound string. I don't like the squeak, but that's personal. All right, the first chord is the D minor chord. Then the G minor chord. Then the C chord, your partial bar chord, the F chord. First finger covers strings 1 and 2, which are towards the ground, right above the metal first fret, and then you pull against the fretboard while supporting your ukulele. That makes sure that those strings can vibrate freely from the fret all the way down to the saddle. And then you can add your thumb for some support, and then add the other two fingers. And that's your F chord. The next chord is the E minor chord, then the A minor chord, just like the C chord, but you add your third finger to it, then the D chord, and then finally the G chord. And those are the chords you need to play Dynamite on baritone DGBE ukulele. Now let's talk about strumming. Now as it comes to strumming, I'm just going to talk about two different things that you can do. And one of them actually you kind of need to do. So the beginning of the song starts off with single strums. So you'll just want to play each chord as the indicator moves. Yeah, so it's just that sequence of D minor, G minor, C, F, and it's just single strums. Sometimes I've had people ask me, what does it mean by single strum? And all I can say is it just means just strum once down. You can use your thumb, you can use your first finger. I usually on a single strum actually play with my thumb most of the time just because I like the sound. But then, after that opening little phrase, then we get a pattern that revolves around a chuck. Now if you can't chuck, we'll talk about what that means in a second, you can just still play single chords. And you can do that for the whole song, and that would work just fine. So yes, you can do that. And if you don't like doing that, you can do something else. Now, as for the chuck, a chuck is a palm mute, and there are a bunch of videos on YouTube that show how to do it. But the idea of a chuck is that, I'm going to play the E minor chord with my left hand here, is that you hit all the strings with your fingers and then you stop the sound with your palm. And you get sort of a percussive sound. And that replaces a down strum. So you actually stop the sound. If you have never played the chuck before, you're not going to get it just for this song for this. You're going to have to practice it for a while. Pretty much nobody gets it immediately. You have to practice it, and then it becomes like second nature. And here's what I hear here. So just so you can hear it, and then we'll talk about what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. And that's the advanced thing. Down, up, down, up, up. You could start with that. And then you could just practice doing the chuck. Even though that's not quite where it happens in the pattern. And then you can try doing it together. Down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. And you've got to keep the left hand moving. And you'll see that some of these chords skip ahead or they're early in the beat. And you have to change with the left hand even though you're keeping the pattern going with the right. And if it's not perfect right away, I've got a little secret for you. That's okay. It's okay not to be perfect on it right away. You can keep practicing. There's a little gear icon on the right-hand side of the screen, which I think is over here if my memory is serving. But if you press that little gear icon on the play along, you can actually slow the speed down and it will try to preserve the pitch for you. So that's a really good way if you're just really struggling with trying to play it at tempo. You can slow it way down and be going down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. Rather than trying to go 1, 2, 3, 4. But really, that's really the pattern that I hear through most of the song other than the single strums. All right, that should be all you need to know to be successful on Dynamite by BTS. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.